What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, the Retro Cup has come to the Go Battle League, which means you can no longer use your Darks, Fairies, and Steels in GBL, which honestly, I do kind of like that. Those types tend to lead to some RPS in the Open Great League quite often. So today, I'm going to shout a team here with a Regidrago on it. Now, for those of you who might realize what Steels and Fairies being banned means, it means this is a Dragon meta. There's nothing in the meta, nothing whatsoever that resists Dragon-type damage. So Dragon Breath plus Dragon Energy means that there's a lot of damage to go around and almost nothing that wants to take it. I'm going to pair it up with Seeking in the backline as well as Clodsire. I feel like this team's pretty good, and I'm excited to see it in action. But real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the battles and see what Regidrago can do. Regidrago into Shadow Starmie. Oh, that's a cool pick. I don't really have a great answer to this. I guess I want to stay in here. Well, I guess Regidrago's not bad. But, like, they win CMP and Aqua Jet. If they land that in, like, the 2s, probably just farms me down after the fact. So that's not ideal. Oh, they let that go? Okay, the Lunatone. Interesting. It does have Weather Ball Ice as well as Rock Attack here. Rock Slide. I'm going to go for the Drill Run because I know this should get a shield, or, I mean, even if it doesn't, just getting the damage is going to be important. They do shield, okay. Rock Slide likely coming through against us. How much damage does a Rock Slide from a Lunatone do? I'm going to let this go and hope I survive, and that I can get to the next attack here. They do Rock Slide. It's going to be close. I think I'm at least going to force a Weather Ball out of them if they want to get there. They do want to get there, so they do end up throwing energy. I think it's worth a shield, because either getting this move to land or getting the final shield here is going to really help out, have our Clodsire have more play in the back line. All right, big Drill Run. Do we get another shield here? We do. So I'm going to switch back into Regidrago. They might try to bring in their Starmie. I wouldn't be surprised about that. I should survive an attack here, though. Even Weather Ball, while it's super effective, it's not going to one-shot us or anything. We get the Dragon Energy off. Okay, hold on, Regidrago. This should knock out the Lunatone. If it's a third Psywave user, though, like a Grumpig, for example, my Clodsire's in a little bit of trouble. I'm hoping that's not what's in the backline, though. Like, maybe it's not the case. Oh! Makes sense. It's a different Psywave user. It's the Solrock, yeah. I think this is a better Psywave user, though, for us to see. Because this one, at least, doesn't have super effective charge attack pressure into us. They might try to catch a move here. I'm just going to full send instantly. We don't see a catch. I think we're fine. I think this one-shots. And since I made sure they didn't go for a catch there, like a play that could have been bad is if they, like, caught on Starmie or something and CMP'd an Aqua Jet. But I think we just... Oh, do we Psywave this down? Actually be kind of close. Hold on. Does Starmie get to another move here? It just might. It doesn't. Okay. Dude, Starmie. What the heck? That thing's crazy, but almost lost to it. All right, Regidrago into Lickilicky. Interesting matchup. I don't actually know how this goes, because, like, Dragon Energy is a really good move, but also Lickilicky outpaces us. Interesting, they're building up a lot of energy here. I wonder if they're going to go for a Shadow Ball, maybe an Earthquake, or, like, if they build up one more, it could be a Hyper Beam even. So I might want to, like, consider that. That's only 6. You know, I'm going to shield this up anyway. It's probably a big move. Yeah, it's a Shadow Ball, which, like, not the biggest move they could have had, but no matter what, it is a big attack. 3. Okay, Primeape comes in. Who do I want to bring in here? Probably Seeking, just to have more consistent fast move pressure against them, but I could bring in my Clodsire as well if I really wanted. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they go for a close combat here, we get knocked out, but if they only go for a Rage Fist, we should survive it. So I'm going to go for the no shield here. They do close combat, but I am fine with that. Smart play. But now I should be able to Poison Sting down all the way with Clodsire and only take Rage Fists in the process and get a lot of energy out of this. So that's what I'm going to go for. Primeape Lickilicky could be a lot of things in the backline. Like, that's just a classic Open Great League core, even. Almost wonder if they go for a close combat here. It does do a little bit more raw damage. So that's probably what we see. But I have a full charge attack ready to go. And I have my Regidrago as well, with some energy on it. Yeah, there's a close combat. It does honestly quite a bit of damage to us. What do they bring in? Lickilicky makes sense. Regidrago into Annihilape. It's on counter. I'm going to go for the guaranteed shield or knockout with this Dragon Energy. I think the worst way that I could play this out is if I bait and they call it, and then I am really sad. DRE guarantees the Dragon Energy. Look at that. We don't even have to worry about, like, a bait and nuke scenario. Just go straight Dragon Energy, because it's such a good move. Goodbye, Annihilape. And we have a full-on Earthquake ready to go against this Lickilicky. Yeah, we're good. All right. GG's. That was an interesting team. Lickilicky Double Fighter. It makes sense in this meta, not gonna lie, but also, I'm glad we actually have fighting-type counters, because sometimes this team would have just ran me over. There we go. All right, next battle. We'll see Regidrago up against Cetitan. Not a great lead matchup for us. We are a little bit soft to Ice-type damage, but hopefully in the backline here, Seeking is going to come in clutch. I do know at this point they have Superpower. That would be bad if they land it. But, I mean, even still, I can't really go for a shield here. I need to hope that in the backline, Seeking can get at least one shield down. Okay, Kingdra comes in. Again, not the best Pokemon to see, but I will go for a Drill Run just because this guarantees my pacing is a little bit better. And maybe that's good. They let us get the next move off here. Interesting. If I get a shield right now, I'd be pretty happy. I wonder if you ever run Outrage in this meta. I wouldn't be surprised if some Kingdra users are insane. You shield. They have back-to-back Swifts at the very least right now. I think I'll shield the first one just because I know I'll have to shield one Swift anyway. And in case for some reason they do have a crazy move like an Outrage, we're not going to get one shot. So I'm glad I shielded that. They might still get to a Surf here, though. It's going to be really close. Interesting. They come back into Titan, actually. And Dragon Energy, if it ends up landing, might put them into a farm down range. So I'm happy they brought this back in. And they shield. Wow, okay. They must be scared of the energy on Regidrago. 6, okay. I want to overfarm as much as I can here, so I can maybe get to a move against me in the back line. But I also don't want to take a lot of fast food pressure, so I guess I'll just overfarm a little bit. They could bring back in the Kingdra, potentially, and they could still get to a move, especially against Clodsire. I could see them reaching a Surf, so if they bring in the Kingdra here, I guess we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. And if they bring in the final Pokemon, then... Oh, okay. Toxapex. That's pretty good for our Clodsire, especially if I can land this move, which no catch happened, so that's good. But does this put them into Earthquake range? Oh, it should, yeah. And I don't think a Brine puts us into Surf range from the Kingdra. So as long as I don't get like a CMP sack swap off here, I should be good. Big Brine. Yeah, we live that easily. And we should win now. Because if they catch this move, then they don't get to a Surf. And if they don't catch, then I think this still just knocks out. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I know Toxapex is bulky. But yeah, that is enough. They could maybe get to a Surf here, but we're outside of range. We still have our Regidrago around, so we should be good. How much does this even do? I wonder. Then again, Outrage on Kingdra? Cool tech. Oh my goodness, they Outrage again. I almost wonder, does that mean, like, are they on Outrage Swift, or is that just for fun? I don't even know. Next battle. We will see Regidrago up against Solrock. Okay. Okay, this is actually the better one to see. I know Lunatone actually gets access to a funny attack known as Weather Ball Ice. That could be bad if they ended up having that, but we'll see what the moveset is on this Lickilicky. I think normally Earthquake is not the play, but knowing my luck, it could be. They're at 7. Okay. You know, I'm not that worried about winning Switch, though, this game, because I have a lot of energy on my Regidrago, and both of my Pokemon do well enough into Solrock that, like, if we end up losing Switch, so be it. And they do have to go for another Earthquake here to knock us out. They let that go. 1, 2... Okay, so they're at 2 right now after this Earthquake. So they'll get to a Body Slam, it looks like, potentially into one of my Pokemon. But they're not going to be able to get to another Earthquake here. Now, I've seen this team before with the final Pokemon being Jumpluff, and if that's the case, I feel like my Seeking should be in a pretty good spot. Well, normally I see it with Lunatone as the lead. But I would imagine this is someone who wanted to run that, but decided Solrock instead. Body Slam's not going to do too much. And we'll see what gets brought in. It is the Jumpluff. We'll go for a Dragon Energy here. And I guess we'll just build up a lot of energy in general against this matchup, because I think 2 Dragon Energies will two-shot over time. Eventually. 6. Am I crazy? Or is that only 6? That's only 6. Well, no shield that, just bank the energy here. And I think Seeking is easily putting them into range where Dragon Energy knocks out now, after the Pex. They got a little bit greedy there. They thought I would guarantee a shield, I guess, on Regidrago, but, I mean, I know Energy Ball's good, but it's not that good. They probably bring back in the Rockman. Yeah, there it is. And I guess, at this point, I just want to start getting shields down if possible, because then I should be able to win this game with my Regidrago. No shield there. Makes some sense, I suppose, because I might bait. Need 2 moves anyway. I'll go for another drill run here, and likely we have to get a shield on this one, right? Like, if they don't shield this up, then they just lose. Yeah, there's the shield. Alright. I actually don't know exactly the attack stat of Solrock. Is that embarrassing or what? I'm gonna go... What? Okay. Alright. I'm glad I shielded that. Anyway, it should be fine now, right? So you're like energy dry. Solar beam, right. Yeah. I guess that is an option. I wasn't expecting it. But now we did enough Pex against that Jumpluff. We just get another Dragon Energy off here. And this shouldn't easily knock him out. Dude, Solar Beam on Solrock, I guess it's in the name. I should have known. They should have been running Solar Beam Lickilicky, though. Honestly, that's a missed opportunity for them. We'll take it, I guess. Alright, Regidrago into Titan. Okay, this thing again. Don't love seeing the Ice-type Pokemon, but, you know, we actually had some play against it last time with the way we danced around, so I'll try to do that again here. I mean, this is gonna hurt, but I think I like the idea of just letting this go, because I want to just whittle down the backline Pokemon as much as I can. Mantine comes in. Okay. That is a little bit annoying to see. I don't have a hard answer for this on my team, but what I do have is debuffs, so we'll see how this is going to play out. Oh, I get a second one off. Okay. I wasn't expecting them to actually let me get this next move through him. So now they're going to be a double debuffed Mantine. And, like, that's not the best thing in the world, but, like, it could be worse. And they don't overfarm as much as they could, but they will still get at least 1, maybe 2 Twisters off into my Regidrago, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Okay, Seeking, you did good, buddy. Regidrago's just got to build up energy here, and hopefully I can get enough energy to put a lot of pressure into that Titan. It's double debuffed. I'm not going to shield the first one at the very least. If they throw the second one, then definitely I will shield the next. Ow. Honestly, this is not bad if they stay in. If they switch out now, that could still be really annoying. But if they stay in, I could be in a really good spot. If I get the farm done before the next Twister, that is. Okay, that's huge. The Titan's not going to be able to farm us down super easily here. And if I go for the Dragon Energies, that likely guarantees a shield or a massive amount of damage here. We get a shield, okay. I think I get to the next Dragon Energy, so I'm going to go for the full send, but maybe I should bait. Because they're probably going to double shield. Oh, they don't. Okay, good. Full send. Shadow Milotic? Okay, I don't know how I feel about that. Do I want a shield here or not? I mean, we're not getting one, so I guess... Let's see. Shadow Milotic is insane. How much damage do they end up doing to us with an Aqua Tail? Or do they wrap us ever? I could see a wrap, maybe. No, the Aqua Tail. That's so much. I don't know if I have the HP here to win this game. 7. Yeah, I need 3 Poison Stings to knock out. Unfortunately for me, it's just not going to be enough. I'll go for this Stone Edge here, because, like, maybe the win con I have is somehow doing something. I don't know. Shadow Milotic at Titan Mantine. You know, it's a really cool team. Really bad for us to see them. Okay, so win con here is somehow I get to a Vice Grip now against that Titan, but I don't think I have anywhere near the HP or the energy for that. Yeah, no. They just have the move. You know, I don't hate how I played out this game. Like, this was going to be almost an unwinnable game with that team comp. We almost actually came back from it, but yeah, just a little bit too hard for us to deal with. Regidrago into Shadow Annihilape. Okay. We'll see what moveset it is. It's actually on low kick. I was going to say, if it's on low kick, I'm not as scared of the fast move pressure. 5. Are they on Ice Punch in this meta? I mean, I survived this. If they're on Ice Punch, they actually are. Okay, of course. I should get a shield here at the very least. Man. I was hoping they weren't on Ice Punch, but makes sense in a meta with Jumpluff everywhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're at 6 on that Annihilape. That's a lot of energy, actually. And they got a lot of fast move pressure against us before switching. They're at 2 on Furret. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go for a second debuff, because I feel like if they're building up to 7, that's got to be a Trailblaze. But if this is a Trailblaze that they just CMP'd us on, that's only going to get them back up to plus or -1 attack. I should be able to then bring in my Clodsire and get a pretty big farm down. I'm hoping that's what's about to happen. Yeah, Trailblaze, but doesn't quite knock us out. Can't switch out immediately here. I was hoping I could switch out before they got a few more Sucker Punches in. I don't know. Ooh, okay. I was gonna say, I didn't know if they could swap out without setting, or throwing energy, that is. Stone Edge, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna, like, one-shot this. Yeah. And that Annihilape has so much energy left over on it. Is that just a Body Slam? Like, I kind of have to no-shield this, don't I? Because they have an Ice Punch loaded on the other guy. And maybe I can switch out at some point here, too. I don't know if I want to, though. This game's gonna get so weird. They have a lot of energy. Wait, they let that go? Interesting, I wasn't expecting that. At all. I guess Annihilape does have a lot of energy left over, or a lot of HP, rather. We're back-to-back attacks here. I don't know if I have the HP. Okay. Like, at this point, I'm just going for fast move pressure here. Okay. I think we're fine, actually. We cleared the boost on the Annihilape. Wait, I just farmed everything down. That was a game. All right, next battle. We'll see Regidrago into Jumpluff. Okay, not my favorite lead matchup here, but we have 2 things in the backline much better against this. I'll do a Dragon Breath and swap into my Seeking here, just in case they want to go for a Chip and Dip. That way I get an extra peck through them. And they do go for an Energy Ball against us. I'm hoping they don't debuff us. It's not a really high chance, but it's always a possibility our defense goes down. Let's see. Yeah, no debuff. That's good. Hypno. I don't like that. I guess I kind of had to bait this out, but there's a good chance it could be just a second Psychic type in the backline. At least we can debuff them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're on, like, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch here in this meta. Ice Punch makes a lot of sense at the very least. That was enough for a Thunder Punch. Yep. Can I ever bank energy here? Looks like I can. We either get a catch somehow, or they just reacted through Ice Punch. I would love if a Thunder Punch was thrown right now. Maybe a Psyshock. Actually, a Psyshock. Makes sense, though, in this meta. Oh. That is scary. Man, my, Clodsire is kind of pinned in the backline, huh? I do have a Dragon Energy ready to go, and I do get a shield off of that. And I have a lot of energy on my other guy. Going for a full farm down, okay. If I could ever switch out here to my Seeking, that would be big. They let that go. I can't switch, though. Alright, I have back-to-back attacks here. And they're not quite there themselves. We probably get a shield off of this, unfortunately. Yeah, if I could have swapped out, I would have been so happy. This game's gonna get so awkward, because that Hypno is still around. Okay. Honestly, maybe I should have still thrown energy against this, because Psyshock's gonna hurt quite a bit. And I'm not sure if one Icy Wind is gonna do enough this game to win us this match. We'll see. Yeah, oh my goodness. I think we're gonna lose. Psyshock does so much. I know it's a good move. I was hoping it wasn't that good. I probably should have still gone for the drill run just to put this into farm down range. Yeah, now I just lose. Oh man, that's a really... I think that's an unwinnable team, honestly. I don't know what I can do to win that one. Alright, Regidrago into Regidrago. Depends on who wins CMP here to see who's the better Regidrago, or if like we call a bait or something at some point. Alright, he might have been behind a turn, so honestly, I could have gone for a Dragon Energy, and they might not have even known that I was at the big move. They do call it. But honestly, I think that's fine. I'm just going to shield this up myself, go for a farm down if I can. Because at this point, getting rid of Regidrago is pretty nice for my backline. I don't really have a hard answer to it, so if I can farm this down, that's not bad. Shadow of Rockwind, that's kind of cool. 10. Dragon Energy likely gets a shield here. Yep. I'll bring in my Clodsire now. They could have Water Pulse. But even if I just land a Stone Edge here, that's all I really care for. Stone Edge is going to do a lot. They could Bubble Beam us to take less damage if they wanted to as well. A lot of options here. Water Pulse makes sense. But Stone Edge is going to hurt. It's not going to knock him out from here, though. And they might get to another Bubble Beam right before my next Stone Edge. Or maybe they could even switch out. We get a shield? Okay. Not the worst thing to see. Can they switch, though? They can. Nice swap. Nice recognition of the switch clocks there. I guess I should have undercharged this a little bit more, but you know what? I think we're still in a very playable spot. Because while they do have a lot of energy on a Rockwind, we know that Seeking should wall them, and they have to go for a big move here to knock out Clodsire. Unless they're on double nukes, I guess. They didn't Bubble Beam us, so like there's a chance it's Bug Buzz Water Pulse. But I feel like it's always worth it here, even if this is a Bubble Beam to shield. I want to make sure that I can get the Stone Edge through. It's going to be my highest damaging attack against this. And yeah, it is Bubble Beam. Dude, they're at a second? Uh-oh. Well, now that could be bad. If this knocks us out, at least. It doesn't, though. They might switch. They can't. That's good, I guess. What's in the back, though? I'm going to instantly switch to Seeking, but they probably swap out too. But a double debuffed Stone Edge does not knock out. Yeah, not even close. Licky in the back? Alright. This is going to be such an odd game. The Seeking's not necessarily amazing here, but I can debuff them a lot. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, they're at back-to-back body slams right now. Okay, so they're at 3. I'm going to go for the Icy Wind just to force a second Shadow Ball out of them. And also to make it so they probably have to go and switch out at some point into that Rockwind. 5. Okay, so they should be at 1 right now after this move. This game's going to get so close. But I'm outside of double debuffed Shadow Ball range, so they likely have to clear their debuff with a Rockwind at some point. Oh, I'm fine. My Dragon must do so much damage. Good catch attempt there. Honestly, I probably should just throw energy anyway. I have my Clodsire that's still outside of range where I get rollouted down, so there's really not much point in taking this damage. Nice. Not that this really matters. I could have Poison Stung down anyway. But we'll just guarantee it by getting the Dragon Breath down. That was a really annoying endgame, not gonna lie. Luckily, our Regidrago was able to put in a lot of work in the lead, and it also kind of leveraged that later on in the game, but still a really close match. Next battle. We'll see Regidrago into Furret. Pretty neutral matchup here. They do outpace us if I want to go for Dragon Energies with their Swifts, but I mean, I think that's fine. Eat? What are they doing? They're not throwing instantly, that's for sure. I guess maybe they want to get to, like, back-to-back Swifts before throwing. They let me land that? Wow. They bring in Grumpig as well. That's not exactly what I was expecting. They have a lot of energy on the Furret, I suppose. But I'm fine with this, because I don't have a great Grumpig answer. But I have ways of dealing with Furret energy in the backline a little bit better. And I might as well shield this up. My Dragon Breaths are doing a lot. Dynamic makes sense. Alright. I should probably be Vice Grip baiting or something, but I'm not, so I guess we just have to deal with it. Okay. Get a shield on that. I'm going to save a little bit of Regidrago if I can. I know I should survive a move here. They likely go for a combo play, though. They probably go into their Furret now and just, like, instantly throw a move. But that's fine if they do. Oh, they don't, actually. I don't know if this quite knocks out, but it should put them down pretty low into either Poison Sting or Dragon Breath downrange if it's not enough. What is just enough? Okay. That's also really nice. Furret's pretty low on HP. Oh, Shadow Gator is their final Pokemon. You know, I don't love that. But I can get this move off. They don't go for a catch here. This game's going to get really interesting. It's going to come down to a lot of fast moves in the end game, because I do land a lot of damage here, but they have a lot of energy. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Do I try to go for a catch at some point? Or do I call that they call that? They just instantly throw. Was not expecting that. Probably should have been. They have a lot of energy on Furret, but they're pretty low on HP. So, like, if they bring in Furret, they have to go for 2 attacks to knock us out, I think. We'll see how this goes. I'm not sure at all. That wins them the game. The 2 Sucker Punch over farm, I think, is the perfect thing for them to do. I think now they get to another attack against Regidrago before I farm them down. I have to get a farm down here to win this one. Oh, no! I just... It's a simul KO on the farm down there. That's even more tragic, actually. Regidrago into Clodsire. A fellow Clod believer. We'll see what they... Oh, well, they don't believe in it too much. They swapped out instantly. Now, I don't have a great answer to Gyarados, so I'm just going to bring in my own Water and Flying type Pokemon here with Seeking. They could be on Twister. I think that's probably the play in this meta, but they also might just be on Crunch, which could debuff us. Either way, I want to shield the first move up, because I don't want to take the first Twister. I can guarantee that the next one's going to do a lot less damage. It's got to be a second thing in the backline pretty good, though, against Dragon types, because why else would they have swapped out so quickly in the lead? Unless they were, like, really good against Dragon. With that said, there's really nothing that resists Dragon in this meta, and I'm not that weak to Clodsire, so I'm just going to let this go. I think I get a second move off here, so I should at least be able to get the second shield from them. And then farm down with something. Who would I rather farm down with? Oh, they let that go. I don't want to give a Clodsire a farm, so if they bring that in, I kind of have to switch out back into Regidrago here and hope for the best. Interesting they're staying in. 8. Probably an Earthquake. I mean, it doesn't one-shot us, but it does put us into farm down range, basically, so I think I have to shield. 1. Yeah, I think this thing also eats 2 Dragon Energies, because my fast moves aren't doing too much. But they do shield, actually. Okay. Seven. Do I have a Vice Grip ready right now? If so, then I can at least get 2 attacks into them. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. My switch clock's actually just back up. I love that even more. Now an Earthquake gets completely wasted here. That is kind of devastating for them, probably. We'll see what's in the backline. An Ice-type could still be really bad for us. With that said, I feel like if they would have had one, they would have brought it in when I hard-swapped my Regidrago earlier. I think at least they're 6 away from the next move if they have... Actually, they could be 5 away if they're on Sludge Bomb. Oh, okay. We're good. Back-to-back Dragon Energies here. And then we can just either Earthquake their Clodsire if we have to, or if we do knock out their Rockwanid with our Regidrago, then we can also just get to another move there. That is so much damage. I know it's a Shadow of Rockwanid, but you never expect to see that much damage to such a bulky Pokemon. Dragon Energy number 2. Yeah, it just gets an easy 2-shot. And I should just get another Vice Grip here. Yeah, wow. Dude, Regidrago's kind of busted. Regidrago into Shadow Pidgeot. Man, why are people just not staying in anymore? This is crazy to me. Anyway, the thing is, I don't really like Pidgeot, so I don't need Switch as much as I just kind of need it dead. So if I can build up a lot of energy and save that later on, that should be good. Probably Earthquake. Oh, it's actually not for once in my life. Let's go. That makes this a lot more awkward for the Lickilicky. Or so that their next Shadow Ball now. We got a lot of Dragon Breath damage against them, which is pretty nice. It's been 2 normal types so far. It could be a triple normal team. I don't know, Diggersby in the backline? Could be. But the good news here is I should survive the next Shadow Ball anyway. And I'm getting close to my next Stone Edge. So if they go for that and swap back into Pidgeot, I might just be able to go for a Stone Edge to be able to get the final shield. Oh. They bring in their final Pokemon. It's a Kingdra. I mean, Lickilicky has some energy on it. I'm going to Stone Edge here. They do no shield. Oh, okay, well, great counting by me, I guess. I'm going to shield this up and hope I can farm down. We should be able to. Yeah, not too bad of a farm down. And now I have a lot of energy if Lickilicky comes back in. I can just Dragon Energy it. I did throw an alignment here, but the reason I did that is even if they went for the sneak like they did, I should be in a pretty good spot because I have a lot of energy for the backline if they let it go, and if they shield, I have another move. Alright, Pidgeot comes back in. They kind of have to shield everything here. If they don't, they get farmed down. If they do, I get an Icy Wind later on. Nice, we get a shield on a Vice Grip bait. Now I just get a Dragon Energy, so I don't even have to bait. That's great news. And I think we have a guaranteed way to win now, where we just come in with our Seeking, and no matter what, I can just... Well, okay. I was going to say no shield the first move. No, I don't do that. I always shield the first move. Even if they Air Cut or Boost, the next one doesn't knock us out. And if they Brave Bird and one-shot us, that would be bad. So that's why I have to shield. Yeah. So, looks like we're fine here. They full sand, we shield, and we get the win. Seeking on the lead. I mean, this is fine. The best thing about this is they only do super effective damage when they go for the Icy Wind here. So, like, I can probably catch a move. Okay, well, they don't get the catch. But I bank a lot of energy. And they do throw energy against us, which I am pretty happy about. The chip damage that we're getting here should put them into range where I can pretty easily deal with this later on with Regidrago. They're at 5, they have a Drill Run. 6. They try to catch because they're a menace. I think I can double Icy Wind. They're at 2. They have a lot of energy also on that Seeking, so got to keep that in mind. 3, 4, 5. We'll double Icy Wind here just to be as annoying as possible. And if I can, I'd love to be able to bring in Clodsire in just a second here. But I don't know if my Switch Clock's going to be back up just yet. It's going to be so close. Okay, not quite when I wanted it to be, but still they're not able to snipe us down. They overfarmed a little bit. Double debuffed Shadow Balls. Maybe Earthquake would be annoying. Yeah, just Shadow Ball. Nice. And I think either they have to let me get a lot of energy or throw all of their energy here just to stall the Switch Clock long enough to come back in with the Seeking. They do have an Icy Wind loaded on Seeking, but I'm still outside of range where I get knocked out by 1 charge attack. They're at 10, so 5 after a Drill Run. I survive this. I'm going to let this go. I think Clodsire has really done its job this game, and that's just waste a lot of energy from them, force a lot of charge attacks through. And I have enough energy on my Regidrago that if they do shield this, I can probably make it really uncomfortable for them anyway. They do shield, okay. I'm going to go for the Dragon Energy just to guarantee a shield or a knockout. Vice Grip wouldn't quite do it from here. Although this does take a little bit more energy. They do let it go. Let's go. Well, what's in the backline then? Is there something really bad for Regidrago to see? Kinda. Celio's not the best Pokemon out there for us. We're actually doing a lot of fast move pressure here. I'm going to go for the Vice Grip. It's a little bit cheaper. And if they no-shield, I might be able to peck things down. And if they shield, then I should be able to go for a Dragon Energy later on. 9 there. Back-to-back body slams right now. This game's going to come down to the wire. Because there is still the Lickilicky around. But, I mean, if Lickilicky ever comes in, then it should be Energy Dry, right? It's not the most threatening Pokemon in the game. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine now. Seaking is able to just get to a move here. And Regidrago has now banked a Dragon Energy. So I should be able to go for that move on CMP and just knock him out from here. They might get a farm down against us, but oh, maybe they don't. Do I get a Drill Run off? Okay, they do get the farm down, I suppose. That's what Dragon Energy is for. Celio's got almost no attack on it, so we pretty easily win that CMP. Dragon Energy gets the knockout, and we get the win. That is a fun game right there. Interesting team. ABA Pokemon with Ice-type damage. Seaking's pretty strong in this meta, but the debuff on my Seaking on their Lickilicky made it really hard for them to deal with. There we go. That's a real set right there. That's a 4-1 in the Go Battle League. I believe with that, that might get us to 2900s. Yeah, 2911. Beautiful. Regidrago did not disappoint today. It's such a fun Pokemon in this format. I think Jumpluff and Ice types are a little bit awkward for you, right? But even then, it's not the end of the world. You have so much neutral pressure here with Dragon-type damage. It's a lot of fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.